I was born and raised in Nigeria. I went to school in Lagos, Wilby College for high school, and then traveled to the US for undergrad and graduate school. My name is Wale Adeosun, and I'm the founder of Kuramo Capital. We started Kuramo Capital in 2011, and we're one of the leading investment management firms focused on investing in sub-Saharan Africa.
My name is Shaka Kariuki with Kuramo Capital Management.
I grew up in Kenya. I'm a second-generation Kenyan. I was born there. I was educated there, did my high school there. I have a lot of family there. And I came to the United States to begin my career, as many people from that part of the world do. My name is Kamal Palin, and I'm a partner and chief operating officer at Kuramo Capital Management.
For Kuramo, I stemmed from an event, a dinner that occurred in New York City. And at that dinner, I think Shaka and I, because we had been managing money for our firms, respective firms, we then decided that the next thing we wanted to do was to go recreate what we were doing in Africa.
What motivated us to start Kuramo Capital Management was the immense, attractive opportunities that were on the continent.
Our sole purpose was to bring investment capital to Africa. We've been extraordinarily successful doing that.
So by investing on the continent, it also would provide a diversification opportunity for the investors that previously, especially investors in the West, that previously did not have exposure to the African continent.
One of the things we were trying to focus on was to convince the world that there was a place for commercial capital. Our investors have been mostly commercial investors, and we believe that if we're able to convince commercial investors that investing in Africa can generate excellent returns while making great impact, we can attract a whole lot more commercial capital to solve all of the challenges that we do have on the continent.
We're a complementary player in the environment, so we have a number of roles that we play in the industry. We seed and create new funds in our role as a fund of fund, but we also make investments alongside many of our funds, direct investments.
Kuramo differs from some of the other key players in the African market, and probably on a couple of fronts. One, if you look at the investor base that actually backs us up, we have a world-class group of investors that have put money into Kuramo that by extension then we invest into the continent. Two, Kuramo, we also take a longer-term perspective, a longer-term view when it comes into to the investments that we make. So that also differentiates us a little bit from the rest of the crowd. The niche that we are investing in is also very attractive, especially in the SME space. We are able to make attractive investments in that space that should generate attractive returns going forward.
What's key about what we have been able to accomplish at Kuramo is really catalyzing the private equity ecosystem. Since we started, we can account for almost $3 billion of capital that we've helped to attract to the continent. And we have anchored 15 new managers. So that means there were 15 groups that did not exist until Kuramo showed up. And then we wrote a first check. They've gone on to invest in an average of about 10 companies apiece. Those 10 companies really, if you say they hire 100 people, you can just get a sense of the impact we have made in such a short period of time.
I think if you look at the sum total of our impact on the landscape, we're very proud that we're anchored, or we're the first close investor in over 10 funds. And the important role that plays is that it really shows trust in the people in whom we're investing, and it shows there's a lot of people that will partner with us to invest alongside.
Our investments focus mostly on West Africa, East Africa, and a little bit of Southern Africa. In Nigeria in particular, we're investing in the largest commercial independent private power producer. It's gone from 5 megawatts to about 60 megawatts in less than 5 years. So we're proud because of the returns we've generated. We're also proud because of the impact it makes on the lives of Nigerians by providing power. And so having an independent power producer to provide power using actually clean energy, natural gas. In East Africa, we've been investing in financial services and infrastructure investments. So a notable investment we have in East Africa is the second largest asset management company in Kenya. which is Gen Africa, has about $3 billion in assets, and we own most of it. We've seen it grow from $2 billion entity to now about $3 billion. We think there's more potential for it to grow and to actually include retail customers. So what it does right now is invest the pension funds for a lot of Kenyans and Ugandans as well. Probably the third investment I'll mention that we're proud of is the agribusiness investment we've made in the DRC. That is probably the largest employer in the DRC, almost 8,000 employees to count for.
If you look at Kuramo into the future, say over the next 10 years, Kuramo will continue to be a thought leader in the field. We'll also continue to be a leader in terms of the investments that we make, given the space that we focus in, which is the SME space. It continues to be a very attractive space for us to make investments in.
Our goal is to generate attractive risk-adjusted returns for our investors. We promise, or we target for our investors that we'll generate about 3 times their money back in 7 to 10 years. But the additional part of return that we care about is also the impact we make on the ground, the impact we make in terms of the businesses we invest in, impact on the lives that those businesses make. That is also a key metric for us.
Our philosophy has not changed. As we've raised our funds, we've tried to stay true to what we're doing, which is invest in the region we know and be a trusted partner to our clients. We tell our clients we want to be a strategic partner on the ground, and we want to be your eyes and ears on the ground. So even while we may raise subsequent funds and continue to grow, we'll stay true to those philosophies.
I've been very, very fortunate that I have partners that share that same passion and also the passion for excellence. And I think the quality of the work of the team is something we're very proud of. And we're proud of the fact that they also share in the success of Kuramo, and they are very aware of that.
Some of the highlights for me over the last 10 years have really been in the opportunity that we've had to actually be able to interact with all these investments that we've made.
I think on the African continent, for those investing on the continent right now, I'm not sure anybody has the quality of the investors we have. And so we're very proud of the investors that have trusted us with capital on the continent, and we hope we can get a few more of them. So I'm really proud of that over 10 years. And the goal is just to continue doing more of the same thing and better.